Hello.
Hi, Adam.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. How are things going at Film Forum?
We're itching to reopen. I mean, it's, we've been closed for almost 3 months, and
I know. Damn it.
There's yes. I mean, I miss the movies and I miss the popcorn, but
not the people, not the audiences,
and of course the audiences.
Yeah.
But we are getting, we're getting right down to the end of the renovations. The construction of the fourth screen has been completed.
Okay.
And that is in an adjacent loading dock. So it's a new theater of about 110 seats.
Okay.
And you enter from a new corridor that's been built in the back of what was once what we call our third screen, first door on the right.
Yeah.
And we have beautiful new seats, and the seats are spaced apart a bit more than they were previously, so it's more comfortable, and we believe the sight lines have been improved.
Nice.
And we're very happy with it. All the seats are in, and there's just some technical issues that we have to sort out.
Oh, sure. I'm sure. Right. For those listening, Film Forum will be reopening after, as Mike just mentioned, 3 months renovation period on Wednesday, August 1st. Today you mentioned, I know we were texting back and forth or emailing, you were going to go into a screening. Was that in-house, or was that like a test screening? Okay.
No, that was actually at a screening room in the neighborhood. We can't screen anything in our theaters yet because our projectors are still being realigned and tested, and the sound, the sound system is being retweaked. So everything is going to be ready for August 1, but it's not ready quite yet.
I understand. I like the idea of everybody working right up to more or less the last minute there, just kind of tweaking. And, of course, there's always a sense, if there's not literally room for improvement, there's always a sense that there's always more to be done and more, room for improvement when you're doing such an enormous project such as a renovation of that, like the size of what you guys have done.
And this has been done pretty quickly. I mean, by New York standards, to be closed for 3 months and build a new theater and renovate the 3 theaters, it was definitely on a fast track, but it doesn't feel that way to us. We're missing what we do, and we really want to get back into it.
No doubt. So you broke into the next door in order to you threw out the people. They were maybe away on vacation, and you that
we're looking the other way.
Look over there.
It was. It's the same building and the same landlord who owns the loading dock that is next door to Film Forum. If you've ever lined up for a movie at the theater, you've noticed that there was a pretty long loading dock, and we've taken about 1/4 of that and turned it into a 110-seat theater. And so it's brand new. It's a new footprint. It's about 1,300 square feet. And we really like the feel of it. It's set off from the other theaters a little bit. There's 2 doors to get into it.
Oh,
and we think that it's going to be it's just going to be exciting to have another screen for us to play with, and another screen in which we can premiere new films and repertory classics, and also holdover films that are doing well. And I know that we will use the extra screen from time to time for restored classics.
Yeah,
but
that kind of falls in between. I see. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
And initially, in the first few months, I think we're going to be premiering films with that screen. Although on the opening day, August 1, we're using it to show a revival of a classic documentary that Film Forum originally premiered in 1982 called The Atomic Cafe, which has been restored in 4K.
Okay.
And could not be timelier. If you're not familiar with it, it's an all-archival found footage film of nuclear propaganda from the United States government in the 1940s, 50s, and early 60s. And it's funny and harrowing, horrifying, and quaint in its own way.
Yeah, there's something, kind of quaint and terrifying. Exactly right. When you see images of kids being told to duck and cover, like go under their desks, because there's an atom bomb potentially, right? These were I think I was at the tail end of that, as a young child in grammar school. I just, not to get too far afield, but I just recall, I think I remember that. I could be just associating those memories with Atomic Cafe, of course. My first earlier viewing.
This is an educational film starring Tommy the Turtle, who instructs school children to, when they see a flash of light, meaning a nuclear explosion, that they should duck under their desk and cover their head with their hands.
Yeah, you want to avert your gaze.
Yes, or just look away for a few moments. But this was what Americans were told in the 1950s, that this is how we're going to all survive a nuclear attack.
Can you imagine being afraid of Russians? I mean, what possible damage could they do? Yeah. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. This idea that Russians are to be feared, or I don't know. It's
not retro anymore, right?
What's the opposite of retro?
So that's actually a classic that we will show on the first
Very
screen.
good.
On the same day, on August 1, we're also opening 2 new films.
Nico,
1988.
Okay.
About the legendary German chanteuse who was part of the Velvet Underground in the 60s and was, at the end of her life, at the end of her career, was touring with a solo band. And the Danish actress Trine Dyrholm gives a pretty brilliant performance as Nico and sings all of her songs. And then the other film is No Date, No Signature, which is a new Iranian film.
Oh, great.
That both Nico and No Date, No Signature premiered at the Venice Film Festival last year.
At Venice, okay. But but it's the Atomic Cafe restoration that is going to be playing in the new room?
Yes.
Okay, I guess I should really see if I can get into that. One of those screenings that day.
You should. Well, we're going to have the filmmakers.
Oh my God.
Jane Loder, Pierce Rafferty, and
I should be getting them on the show.
And Kevin Rafferty. All three of them will be at the theater on August 2nd and 3rd for Q&A.
Okay. I should have coordinated that with Adam and put that up. I mean, that would be great to meet with those guys.
There you go. Well, you're welcome to come. We'll be happy to pass you in.
What's your title at Film Forum? You are programmer at
My title
large?
is programmer, and as I said, I work on the premieres.
Got
and
Okay.
And I've worked here since 1994. I started as a publicist for the premieres.
Oh, right. Okay.
And over course of years, Karen started sharing films with me, and we started discussing programming. And eventually, I was given the title of co-programmer of premieres. So this is what we do together, and we've I think we balance each other out nicely in terms of our interests, and we try to show the best in world cinema that we see and that we can show, and are really try to be engaged with what is going on in the world, and new filmmakers and artists who are doing interesting work.
Very true, and the proof is in the pudding. People should check out Film Forum. Go to filmforum.org, correct?
Yes, thank you.
For details, for tickets. Check out what's going on in the all-new Film Forum. I won't say 2.0 because this place has been going through iterations over the many years that it's been around, right?
Yeah,
it's like 50-year-old institution.
Since 1970, it opened as a small space on the Upper West Side and West 88th Street in 1970 with a 16-millimeter projector and 50 folding chairs.
And a six-pack.
Yeah. And eventually Karen became director in 1972 and moved the theater to Van Dam Street, and it was a single screen there in the 70s. And then it moved to Watt Street as a twin cinema in the 80s. You can actually see it, the exterior of that Film Forum, very briefly at the beginning of Jonathan Demme's Something Wild.
Oh, very good.
After Jeff Daniels meets Melanie Griffith at the cafe.
I'm ready to see that movie again, actually. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I could see it again and again. It's one of my favorite movies. Yeah.
I love it. Wasn't that our introduction to? Oh, don't embarrass yourself, Shartoff. The bad boy in that, of course.
Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
That was my intro. Well, I'm sure he done a number of films already, but that was my introduction to Ray Liotta.
I think that was the first time I saw him too. I think he was also around the same time he was in Dominic and Eugene.
Of course, that was a wonderful. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That took in Echo Park. I remember it took place.
Right.
I have a weird memory like that. But all right. Well, listen. I'm going to let you go home.
Can I slip in one?
Absolutely. Anything you want. Absolutely.
I just want to mention that Bruce is doing a complete retrospective of the films of Jacques Becker, the French filmmaker who started as an AD to Jean Renoir, and that's going to be his reopening retrospective, and that's on August 1st, and it includes a restoration of Rendezvous in July, which will have its New York theatrical premiere. It was made in 1949, but it's never been shown theatrically.
And it's going to have a theatrical. Is that going to happen after the retro, or is that happening during the retro?
That's happening during. He's showing it every day during that series.
Oh, I see.
On August 1.
Lovely, amazing. I love it. And we need the extra screen, and we need you guys. So I'm so glad everything. We'll have the Film Forum back open, ready for a midsummer.
Thanks, Adam.
More cool theaters to enjoy our whisk away the hours or whatever, idle away.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll all be relieved in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, right. As we record this,
exciting to swing the doors open.
And I will be posting this in a week from tomorrow. Just so I'll have this up for next week's show.
Oh, great!
Just to prompt people if anything's not sold out, but.
Yeah, the tickets are set for the Becker series. Tickets are selling. And,
that's great.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Very good sign. Yeah. All right, Mike. Great talking to you. Adam. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. It was finally great to bring you on the podcast. I've had on Karen and Bruce, which was, no easy thing to accomplish. Right. But I was really glad to sit with both of them,
That's very cool. Yeah, I'm glad you got to talk to both of them. So they don't do a lot of interviews. And
that's nice
to spend half an hour listening to their stories. I think it would be a lot of fun.
Really amazing. Yeah, great. Okay. Thanks again for making time.
It's good to talk to you.
And I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Okay, sure.